Hello, I'm Kristine Opolias and I'm singing the role Rusałka at the Metropolitan Opera House.
What are 3 words to describe your personality off stage? When you're not singing the role of Rusałka, how would you describe yourself?
Well, I can be very different. It depends on my mood. I can be very nice and calm. I can be very worried and nervous. But the most important for me to understand that everything is going well. Everybody is healthy. My family is healthy. I am healthy, and all is fine. So then I'm just a simple, normal person, not artist. Not that crazy. And I just do very simple things also.
As you've progressed throughout your career, how has your interpretation of Rusałka changed, if at all, or is it the same?
Well, of course, with the different productions, you have different character, but basically, Rusałka for me is the same person. Well, I don't have a huge experience with Rusałka. This is my only second new production, and I must say that they are different in between Munich and New York, because in Munich it was more cruel story, more dramatic, more negative, let's say, and here I can enjoy more romantic moments and beauty on stage as well. So they are different, but inside myself, Rusałka is the same character. Who is this is the girl with a very, very clean soul. So she's very open and she's very, very naive, of course. But still, I feel that this woman dangerous, because at the end, if somebody dies for you, you're already a destiny woman. So.
Do you have any favorite origin stories of the original Rusałka tale, like the Hans Christian Andersen or Disney's Little Mermaid?
Actually not. I have to be honest. I never was affected by those stories, and I played a lot with the boys, and I was not a very, very girlish child, let's say. So my experience about Rusałka is my first production of Rusałka, and this experience is my second experience. That's why probably I like Rusałka, because it's always very fresh for me.
Do you have a pre-performance ritual, like eating a certain food or following a specific routine before a performance?
Yes, I have my special thing before the performance. I'm not eating at all. So I have my breakfast, and I have only banana for that day, because I feel much better when I'm empty. Even if I have a little bit pain in my stomach, it helps me to be in the role, because I know that nothing is working for the food, and all my organs and my brain and all my body working for the for the role.
If you could sing any voice type except your own, which would it be and why?
It's a very difficult question. I think for real, if anybody came to me really like with knife and say, one role forever, I probably would say Rusałka.
Mm-hmm. If you could sing with any one legendary singer who is no longer alive, who would it be and why?
Oh, with nobody. No, I like to watch and listening them from the side, so I wouldn't like to work with them. My respect is too big, let's say, to work with them together.
What are your favorite things to do in New York besides attend the opera?
Shopping. Sorry to be very banal, but that's true. And just walking, just feel this energy of New York, sitting in the cafe, meeting my friends, enjoy the time. Really nothing special, but New York gives me a lot of energy. But also, of course, I'm getting tired from all this sound, and then I just need to stay at home, and I'm very happy when my family is with me. So then my time in New York is even more happy.
Great, and we have a few questions from the audience live on Facebook. The first one, do you ever sneak out a small prop or souvenir from any of your roles to remember them by? And if so, have you chosen anything from Rusałka?
Well, actually, very practical things. Sometimes I take underwear, like bodies, made it for me. because they're so perfect. Matt is so amazing with that. I want, sometimes I just ask to give it to me, to use it for the next performances. Thank you to the Metropolitan Opera, not be jealous, and they're very nice to give it to me sometimes.
And then what is your everyday routine to keep your voice in perfect shape?
Well, I cannot say that I'm very worried. I just try not to think about negative things, like, if I know that everyone is sick around, I'm more careful, and I never stay in the building where when I see the people is sick, and they're sitting and they're doing all this stuff. So I try to take a distance. But I am not very worried, let's say. And, I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking every day. And I'm drinking, but almost always gin tonic, because gin is very healthy for the, for me is a very good drink. But of course never at the day of the performance. And as I said, I'm not smoking, so I think it's enough. Nothing special. I'm eating everything. I'm not thinking that something can disturb the vocal. I'm not sure.
Is there any role that you are looking forward to perform in the future? Maybe Verdi or Wagner?
Both, yes, and Verdi and Wagner. I mean, I have in my plans already to start with Wagner, and my first role will be Elsa. And from Verdi, I am still dreaming about Desdemona. And for the moment, I think this is, if we are speaking about Verdi, this is the biggest dream. So I definitely would love to sing Desdemona.
What is the first moment you remember when you knew that you wanted to perform opera?
I don't remember. I mean, I just know that when I just started many years ago, I remember that I was much more less afraid. I mean, in the positive way, much more less nervous than now. Probably, as higher you are going, as much more responsibility you have to take. So my first years was full with a lot of fun, and I think I didn't understand for real what I'm doing. So now I understand what it is.
What is the main similarity between the character Rusałka and Madama Butterfly?
Nothing. They're very different.
And our final question, how do you feel singing at the Metropolitan Opera?
Well, my feelings are very colorful, and first of all, this is a huge honor. Secondly, it's great joy, because to know all a history of golden time and all legends who stepped on stage, it gives really a lot of very special feelings on stage. Of course, all the time I understand that this is huge, challenging, and I always have to show something special. But what I also have to mention is the audience of the Metropolitan Opera. I think this is one of the most warmest and incredible audience, because after the performance here always I'm staying with a lot of energy, so the audience always gives you back a lot, even more than you gave them, only if you gave them a lot. I mean, of course they're very sensitive, and this is you cannot say that it's very easy, to get their love, but it's very special feeling, and I'm always very happy to be on stage of the Metropolitan.
And that's it, we're all done.
Amazing, thanks for having me, and hope to see you soon, and please come and enjoy our performances. Bye.